get this party started.
Welcome back to
Mama Juice.
Wow, how are you, girlfriend?
I'm good.
Are you?
No. I'm
No.
never good.
Monday, mommy mess. Tell it all, girlfriend.
So I had grand plans to clean up our studio and have things set up so that when you got here, it was less work for you. And I also planned to put makeup on so I could look like a human.
Girl, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm being serious. Okay.
And so I was in Jazzy's room and I was doing a couple things in there before I head in here, and I'm like, I should go check on the boys. And I go out back and the screen door back there is just wide open.
Oh, so it was in the backyard?
In the backyard, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We have that door from the backyard patio to the carport, wide open. And I'm like, oh shit. So I go running out there, and these dudes have these like long poles that they're using like they're, I don't even know, like spears. Like they're gonna go spear.
They love their swords.
They were like running like this.
Oh.
It's like they're gonna go spear fishing or something. And so they're running around the neighborhood like this, and I'm like, where is Luna? And they're like, Luna! I'm like pointing like far away. So we try to get her, and you've tried with me how hard it is.
Oh my gosh, it's a mission. She kept running away from me last time.
Yes, and this time she went further, and I saw her go to the next street. And I told the boys, that's it. She's gone. She's probably going to get hit by a car, and it's all your fault.
Isn't it hard to not to think that? That's...
What
What about if you tried to give her some weenie or bologna?
I don't want to reward her for running away.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like every time she runs away, she gets a yummy treat. Like, what motivation does she have not to run away?
She gets a spank in the butt.
If I got a yummy treat for running away, I would do it.
All the time. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so that's how my morning started.
But how did she come back?
So my old dog, Rocco, when we would get in the van and we would drive around to find him, he would jump, well, not in the van, but in our car back then, he would jump in the car. So I'm like, I'm going to get the van and see if she'll jump in. So I'm driving around, windows down, Luna, Luna. Cannot find this dog. And at this point, like, at first I was just being dramatic so that the boys got scared. But at this point, I was getting scared. Every time I hear...
Like, it's done.
Yes.
She's not coming
She's
back.
gone. She's either going to get kidnapped because she's cute as hell, or she's getting hit by a car because she's dumb and she just runs through the road.
Right.
And so I come in here and I know if Jasmine wakes up and everybody's gone, including the dog, she's going to lose it. And I see her kind of like waking up and I say, Jazzy, Luna got out and I have to go find her, okay? So she gets out of bed and we have this really cool stroller wagon thing that we go on walks in. And so I told the kids, let's get in the wagon and go look for Luna. So I take it out, I unfold it, I assemble it, because it's a process to get this mother going, okay? So I get it all done, I get all the kids in there, and we start walking, and I'm telling them about, like, you know, why we shouldn't do that. We might not ever see Luna again. All of a sudden, this little bitch comes running up all excited to see the kids in the wagon. And she's jumping up, and, like, Jasmine just goes and grabs her by the collar. And I'm like...
Now you know what the bait is.
Yeah.
Your kids.
And the fucking wagon.
And the
So I like threw her on a leash and I threw her in the wagon. I was so mad. I'm so mad at her. I'm like, is life not good here for you?
I think that's what puppies do, though.
Yes. You know, okay, this is going to sound like such a weird, cynical thought, but I'm going to share it anyways. I think about how we keep these dogs. We put them on leashes so they can't walk away from us. We keep them locked in our houses, in our backyards, in cages sometimes. And if you replace a dog with a human, like, imagine if some other being did that to us, bred us on purpose so that they could have the ones that they wanted. Like, it just sounds so bad, right?
Of course it does.
And it makes me feel guilty.
Yes. Because even if we treat them so well, they're not mistreated, we are still keeping them for a selfish, like, feeling.
We're keeping
because we
them
want them
captive for our own benefit.
Yeah. Because think about that. I'm sure in their head, I don't want to do this.
Why do they run away all the time?
Exactly.
Because they want to be free.
They want to be free.
But they can't be free in this crazy world because I got hit by a car and died.
They do in a lot of like third world countries, like stray dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. Like in Mexico, I hear it's just like there's just like dogs everywhere.
Yes.
And what happens to them?
They just walk free. Sometimes they die from hunger.
Oh my god.
I know. Or sometimes you just you choose the one that you like and you take it home.
Well, that sounds
My dad did
nice. That sounds nice because I went through hell to try to get a puppy.
Right? And you're just like, oh, look, that one's cute. I'm going to take it home.
But you have to your
You
payment
capture-
is you have to capture it.
Of course.
Because I doubt it just comes up to you.
No. I mean, unless you give it food.
Oh, that's true.
Or something that it grasps their attention, you know? But, oh my gosh. Girl, you make my life feel so boring. All these stories.
No, seriously.
Oh my
like, I
goodness.
wonder, like, I sit and wonder all the time. I'm like, is this normal life with kids? Or are my kids just on a completely different level for some reason?
Well, I can say that sometimes my morning don't go that crazy.
This is typical.
So this is just like an everyday life for you.
Yes, I can probably have a wild story every week of my life, of something crazy that happened.
Oh my goodness, we gotta hear it all every Monday. Stay tuned for Sandra's
Right.
Monday mess. Just kidding. No. Okay, so today's episode, we wanted to talk about kids and crazy stories and sometimes embarrassing moments they put us through.
Yeah.
That you just want to go and hide. Or there's the saying in Spanish, it's trágame tierra. So it's kind of like the earth eats you up and hiding in a hole, like never coming out. Something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're so embarrassed for what they said.
I mean, I don't blush because I'm brown, but I feel like I'm blushing right now just thinking about the story that I have in my mind.
Go ahead.
Oh, I get to go first?
Yeah.
No, let's leave suspense. You go.
Okay.
You tell yours first.
I mean, I don't have a story specifically of... I haven't had one yet to where it's super embarrassing that I just want to die at that moment. But I have had a couple moments where, you know, Berta, right? Ruben's girlfriend.
Okay.
So she took care of them one time. We're having a conversation between my boys and her. And all of a sudden they tell her, you know you can't do that because you're old, right? And she's like, excuse me? And the boys, yeah, you're old. You know, we see your wrinkles.
Oh, no.
And that like they let it be known that she's super old. And
Is she super old?
well, she's in her late 60s, I believe. Maybe early 70s. But to them, she's...
Yeah, to
She's
a kid,
old.
like we're old, so they're
Yeah.
like super old.
Yeah, so that was the one that resonates with me a lot because she tells me and I feel embarrassed because, you know, like
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that to like my elders.
Right, and that's what we were talking about this weekend when the kids were here. We were talking about like the rude things that they say.
Yeah.
Like,
but you
Jazz-
can't stop their...
right. Like when we have people over and Jasmine's like over it, she's like, is she leaving soon? And I'm like, stop saying that. That's so rude. Mom,
But she's
how
saying
long
the
is she going to be
truth.
here? Can she leave now?
But don't you think that in your head sometimes with certain people?
Yeah.
Like, when is she leaving soon?
Yeah.
I know I have. Like, I'm not going to lie and sit here and lie. I know I have, like, said that in my head about people. It's that they actually
Say it.
you know?
Yeah.
Or the other day, I was wearing, I try to work out at least once a day, but I mean 3 times a week, but I don't. And one time I was wearing a sports bra and leggings, and my oldest, I think I shared it on Instagram, my oldest comes up to me and says, Mom, because my lonjas were like coming out, you know, like my rolls were coming out from the sports bra and the legging part, so like the roll was coming out. And he's like, Mom, your stomach looks like skin color floaties. Why does it look like that? And
That's awesome.
I felt so bad after that. I wanted to cry.
Really?
I guess. I mean, not in the sense of like he hurt my feelings, but I'm like, I am that fat. Like, he notices.
Maybe for somebody like you who, like, I mean, I haven't known you that long, but I see old pictures of you and you always look like you're thin.
Yeah.
Like, and also I think just partly my old age has made me, like, not so insecure or something. I don't know, because, like, I see moms saying stuff like that on social media and, you know, they're, like, really hurt by what their kids, like, they're like, it makes them feel sad. And, like, I use it as a teaching moment for Jasmine. Like, she'll, like, make a comment about my big belly, and I'm like, yep, it's because I didn't eat healthy.
No, definitely. I don't try to show that to them because I use that as a lesson as well.
Yeah.
So I could tell them, well, that's why Mommy's trying to exercise.
Right.
To get myself in a healthy lifestyle. But they do point it out here and there. Last year I was wearing a tight dress for Joanne's preschool graduation that they had. End of school graduation. And I think it's Jaime. I think he's the one that always points it out. He's like, Mom, your stomach looks big. It looks like you're having a baby. And again, I was like, crap. So I went and I changed because I felt a little insecure because I feel like he's a kid. They usually say the truth.
Right.
So that's how I look. So I went and I changed. And I mean, I shouldn't let those things get to me, but it does.
It
does. Deep down there, it's like,
You know what's funny is my mom gets her feelings hurt for me. She's like, Jasmine, that was really mean. I'm like, it's true. I have a big belly.
Right.
And she gets my mom gets hurt, but I'm like, but she's not saying anything that's not true. But I do tell her, don't go telling that to people. Because she has come home and been like, Mom, did you know that my teacher, Miss So-and-so, has a big belly just like you? And I'm like, Jasmine, don't ever say that. You don't say that about people.
Or like they'll see something on TV and the voice will be like, Mom, did you see that fat lady? And they, you know, they're very amazed by what they see.
Yeah. How did she get so fat?
I really can't stop by laughing, but
I know, it's hard.
I try to get myself together and let them know it's okay for you to think that. There's nothing wrong with thinking it. What is wrong is for you to tell them in a disrespectful way. Because, like, what do you think about that? Like, if they were honest with somebody else that they were fat and they said, oh, why are you so fat? Like, is that a disrespectful thing to say?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
So what would you use? What word would you have them use instead of fat?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
I would tell them,
don't say it.
Why don't you focus on the good things about that person that you like? Why do you have to bring that up?
Right.
You know, like, that's something that person probably, it bothers them. They need to work on it, and they know that's that. True. Like, you're not telling them anything they don't know. So why don't you focus on what you do like about that person? Because homegirl Jasmine I had to meet with her teacher last Friday for like 20 minutes because she's been a bully at school. Oh. And she's telling her friends, your dress is ugly. Your hair tie is ugly.
Sorry, I think that's so
funny. I know. It is, but, like, I told her, I'm like, look, this week at school, I want you to find things that you like about your friends and tell them, I really like this about you. Your shoes are really cool. You know, I really like your hair. Like, find things you like. Don't focus on things that you don't like because that's none of your business. Tell them things that you do like. Because do you like when people tell you bad things about yourself? Well, no. Then don't do it to other people.
But what if her little friend came up to her and asked, hey Jazz, do you like my shoes? And she honestly did not like her shoes, do you think it's okay for her to lie to her and say, I don't like
because
them?
At that point she asked. But don't just go up and be like, your shoes are ugly.
No, yeah.
You know, don't just go to someone and be like, you're
I'm
fat.
agree. Okay.
I would be like, I know. But somebody else might get upset. You
but
know?
Asking is okay, right? Like, if they ask you, like, for example, like, sometimes I ask my husband, do I look fat in this?
Okay.
And if he were to say yes, I would get my feelings hurt. But at the same time, I want him to be honest. So.
But what adult's going to go up to a child and be like, do you think I'm fat?
No, but little girls around that, I mean, not that age, they're still young. But I'm talking about as they get older and they're becoming teenagers where they do care about their appearances. And they ask Jazz, like, do I look fat? And she says, yeah, you do. Like,
well, yeah, if her friend is like legit, like if one of my friends is like, I need to know, like, do I look fat? Then that to me is permission to bring it up.
Give me the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But if I just like feel the need to tell them like, hey, did you know you got really fat? Then that's just mean.
No. Yeah, I think so. I think it's rude because it's none of their business.
Right.
Because I've gained a lot of weight from having the boys, and not necessarily just the boys. It's me and my bad eating habits.
Well, I think what happens for a lot of women is you gain the weight while you're pregnant, and then
Stress eating, girl. I eat my emotions.
Me too.
I'm just like, I need some ice cream.
Like when I have a shitty morning with the kids,
yes,
I'm like, I'm going to McDonald's on my way to work. I don't care. I'm gonna go stop and get a breakfast burrito. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know,
yes.
and it's just what I do, and it's something I need to change because I
Definitely
need to stop rewarding myself for having a bad day because I have a lot of bad days.
Right. So I mean, that's just.
I feel like we're a little off topic.
Sorry, guys. Let's go back. Okay, so let's continue with kids.
Oh,
what
shit.
embarrassing moment.
All right, here's mine, guys. Are you ready for it?
Yes. Let's do it.
So the other day, this was so recent. It was like, was it last week or the week before? I had to take the boys to their pulmonology appointment. Well, at the end of the day at work, my Aunt Flo was in town. My Aunt Flo, you don't know that?
Oh no, I know. What I know is like my best friend has visited me for the month or something like that.
Oh, well, Aunt Flo, I guess, is what my generation used.
Aunt Flo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, your Flo.
Right.
And so she was in town, and I use menstrual cups now. I started that like probably 6 months, maybe longer. I don't know. And I found one that I really liked, but I currently cannot find it. I don't know.
Can you give us a little tiny detail of what a menstrual cup is? Because honestly, I don't have a clue.
You don't know?
No.
Do you want me to show you?
Share, please share.
So, a menstrual cup, it's made out of medical grade silicone. And it is literally just a little cup. And there's different ways that you can fold it, and you insert it like you would a tampon, and then it opens up and it catches it. And I feel like it has helped in a lot of ways.
Do you have a like heavy flow or
I do.
light flow?
I have a heavy flow.
Heavy flow. Okay. Would you recommend it for somebody that has light flow?
Yeah.
Or anybody.
Not? Because, tampons have a lot of bad chemicals in them.
Yeah.
And it's not healthy for your body. And when I was on my period, I was starting to feel, like when I would use tampons, I felt like sick, like nauseous, and just like, I felt like I was being poisoned by them. I sound so dramatic, and I've been using them for, I don't even know how long, but for whatever reason, like, I knew I needed to stop. So I got a couple menstrual cups to try, and my cramps are less. My period is shorter because it's almost like, yes, tampons absorb, but they also like hold it from coming all the way down. Mm-hmm. And the cup, it lets it all flow. Like some people believe in like pre-bleed where you just like don't wear anything, which I think is disgusting. But that's like the closest I'll ever get to it, and it does. I love it.
What do you like? What do you use pads? I've always used pads.
You don't use tampons?
I've never. I used a tampon one time, 9th grade. Put it in wrong. Hurt like hell. Never again. And I know it was a bad experience. That's why. But either way, I have been so happy with my pads.
I just don't like pads. They gross me out.
I
feel like I get like swaz, you know, like all sweaty down there.
Oh, you do. But see, I prefer that having
I feel like
something
I can smell it.
Mm-hmm.
I love the cups. I do. Yeah, and it's like I don't feel stinky. There's no string to pee on like a tampon.
And how do you remove it though?
Does
it have a string?
No. You go like this and you pinch the bottom and it like releases the suction and you just pull it out.
And so it holds the period, like everything?
You pull it out and then you just go like this in the top. No, you don't throw it away. That's another benefit of it. It's better for the environment.
So what do you wash it?
You wash it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, you don't have all these tampons and stuck in toilet drains and in landfills or pads in landfills. Yeah. Ooh. It's like my little contribution to the environment.
I might have to have a good research on it.
Yeah. There's a few, and there is actually one that I just got, the Flex, and it does have a pull string, and that's one of my favorites right now.
Okay, because you just pull it.
Yeah, you pull and it like releases it.
Oh, okay. That's cool. All right.
Yeah. So anyway, I was wearing the one that I didn't like because it's the only one I had, and I leaked on myself. I mean, bad, girl. Like, bad. And so I had to take the boys to the appointment, and I only had a short time to change, so I didn't change. I went and cleaned myself up in the bathroom, and I texted Chris, and I said, you need to pack me some leggings, some clean chonies, and a tampon, because I do have, like, tampons just in case. And so he put them outside. I ran home, grabbed it, went and got the kids. I wasn't going to get Jasmine because it's easier for me to just take the boys, or if it's her appointment, to just take her. But I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to take them all. So I round up all my chickens and I take them, and we go in the bathroom and I'm changing. And Jasmine's like, Mom, did you bleed all over your pants? Is that why you're changing? Loud, girl. And so the way that this doctor's office is set up is, it's small. So you go in, and to the right, I used to work there actually, is where the front desk sits. And then there's one exam room on this side, a couple on this side, a little hallway, and the bathroom. And those things echo. And she's like, Mom, why did you have bleed on you? She calls it bleed. Do you have bleed on your chonies? And I'm like, stop it. Is that why you're changing your pants? Just like talking and talking. And so I get myself cleaned up, throw everything in a bag. Luke goes over and he looks into it and he goes, Mom, ew. And I'm just like, you guys, stop it. So we come out of the bathroom.
And everybody looks at you.
Yeah, the medical assistant is like right there. Literally the bathroom is right next to where the medical assistants sit. And I know the front desk heard it because I kept getting this look. And I mean, they're all women.
We're all women.
But still, it's still embarrassing when your kids need to tell the world that you just had
your
it.
private, because I think it's private. I mean, everybody knows women bleed.
But who wants to talk about it?
But who wants to know?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was my most recent.
It's like they're trying to, like, you just want to suck into the world. It's like,
yeah, I was
swallow
just like,
me.
Can we leave now? What about you? Do you have another one?
No, girl, I wasn't really prepared for this.
That's okay. I have another one.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait, I lost it. What was it? Oh, Jasmine again. Is it an oldest child thing? So
I think they're the ones that are like the most just open.
So I had an issue with one of my neighbors and her dislike for my tree.
The tree problem.
Yes, the tree problem. So I have this tree in my front yard, and it is some type of eucalyptus. And this particular eucalyptus tree always looks dead. Like, we thought it was, when we moved in, like, we had an arborist come look at it to make sure it was safe. Because we're like, this shit's going to fall in the house. Because it looks like it's rotting. And he's like, no, it's literally just a messy tree. So once a year, it sheds its bark. And it is. It's messy. And I would literally have to be out there all day picking it up. So I was doing it once a week until it finished shedding. Well, she texted me one time that, to clean it up. And I was like, whatever, I did it. Then she texted me again. And I'm like, dude, like, if you want to do it, you can. Because I got a lot of going on over here, And
like,
so,
help a sister out.
Right. No kidding. And so whatever, we exchanged some words. And Jasmine's at that age, and my mom keeps reminding me, she's like, you need to stop talking in front of Jasmine because she hears everything. And so Karen, my neighbor, was outside, and she also has a tree. Well, her tree's leaves fall, and they, turn yellow and crunchy and whatever. Well, all of a sudden, one of her leaves rolls into the street and into our yard. Jasmine's like, Karen, your leaves are coming in our yard. And I'm like, shut up. I don't think she heard her. I hope she didn't hear her. Because that's so rude, And I'm like, shit, I gotta stop saying stuff. So now...
But why is it rude? It's true.
Because it's kind of petty,
It is.
To have my kid be like, Karen, your leaves are in my yard.
Yeah. But, I mean, at the same time, it's letting her know that
this is
yours is petty. Like, look at how it sounds
Right.
from the other side. It
From
sounds
a kid.
petty. Like, it's petty. To be fighting over leaves that when there's some, especially here in Arizona, we have a lot of monsoons.
Yeah.
It happens. You're literally getting leaves from miles and miles away.
Yeah.
And now you're going to complain and bitch because you're getting leaves from somebody in, like, Avondale or something.
Girl, somebody got my plastic pool in their yard the last monsoon.
Exactly. And what are we going to do with nature? Oh, my gosh. Pettiness.
I want my pool back, though. If you live in Mesa and a blue kiddie pool flew into your yard, it's mine. Bring it back.
Really?
It's gone.
Well, that's why I haven't seen it outside.
It flew away.
When did it fly away?
A few weeks ago, we had a monsoon, and all of a sudden, like, I think a couple days even went by, and I was looking around. I'm like, the yard looks different, and I'm like,
something missing.
It flew away. It had to have.
Oh my goodness! And you haven't seen it?
No, somebody's probably enjoying it, but that's okay. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Okay, so do you have anything else?
I wrote a blog about this one. So one morning, I get up, I get dressed for work, I get the kids ready for daycare, and Luna gets out. A lot of my stories now that Luna's in our life starts with Luna got out, and she's running around the neighborhood, and I'm chasing her. Well, we were outside, and Luke fell and like smashed his face on the cement, and he chipped a tooth, and he had a bloody nose. So I'm trying to clean him up when Luna got out, and she's running around, and so I'm carrying this crying child on my hip, and I have the other two in tow. Mind you, Luke and Dominic are naked because this was during their take their diaper off for everything phase, so they're naked, and so I'm chasing Luna around, and I can tell she had a poop. I'm like, man, this dog's gonna shit in someone's yard. Luckily, she runs across the street to my mom's yard and shits there.
Oh, that's good.
And it's like diarrhea. So I would have been like such a struggle to clean it from someone's yard. So I'm like, I just left it. And so me, Luna, Jasmine, and naked Dominic are across the street. And naked Luke is standing on the other side of the street still at her house, covering himself. And this nice couple comes by with their grandchild, and they're trying so hard to just make it not seem what it was. So they're telling the grandson, oh, look, it looks like he's playing in the water. How nice. And I mean, Dominic's has his, what did he have? He had another like stick up like this, and he's running around naked like, Luke's
like, how do you explain that?
Right. And I see them like looking for parents, and they look across and they see more naked children, and I'm chasing this damn dog around. And it wasn't bad. Like, I'm like, these people are never going to come down the street again. I'm surprised, like, they didn't call somebody on me and be like, this girl has naked kids out here. I don't know what's going on. And so, yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. To top it all off, we get inside, and my mom comes over because, like I said, my mom lives across the street. My mom comes over every morning, and I'm like, it's 7:30 and Nana's not here yet, because that's usually the time she leaves our house. It was Saturday, girl, and I was so stressed about getting everybody round up and getting ready, because I thought we had to leave.
Oh my god.
And it was Saturday, and I could not do anything but laugh at myself, because I was like, what a fucking morning, dude.
Okay, guys, so this is our end. We come to an end. We've had a struggle today.
We have had a struggle, girl. Like, I saw you get frustrated for the first time. Like, usually you're like super like positive affirmations, and I'm like, this is stupid, it's not gonna work, and she's like, we're gonna make it happen.
Yay. Not today.
No, today.
No. That's how my day has been.
All right, well, so yeah, we have a short video because we actually were going to have a guest this week, and I had a epic battle with Zoom, and I lost.
It was a fail.
It was so bad. It was so bad. So we're going to have to try next week.
Definitely.
But that's an announcement, kind of.
Yes, wait for our next video next
week.
Next week.
And following, we're going to start recruiting guests.
It's because we record on Mondays, but we usually have everything up by Wednesday or Thursday. So that's why I'm like, Mondays. But we record Mondays. But that Monday we will have a guest. And
and then hopefully every Monday after that.
We have guests, have a discussion about just so many topics, mom life, and actually give you guys the real juice on different perspectives and make it juicy.
Yes, of course. So next week you can look forward to, we have Jodalyn Sosa coming on, and she was actually my parent educator she used to work for a nonprofit organization, and when she found out I was pregnant, she's like, let's enroll you. And so she did, and she would come over while I was pregnant, and then after Jasmine was born too, she would bring us resources and give us tips, literature about child development. It was a really cool program. And from there, she finished her schooling, and she became a licensed social worker, and she worked for DCS. Now she's a mommy for the first time. Her baby, I want to say he's like 6 months old, and he's so cute.
Yeah, so we want to know the difference between educating yourself through school and work versus the real life mom life experience, because I think it could be a little different.
Oh, it's so different.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So different than I thought.
I think that they make it sound like so pretty and pink, that it's easy,
Well, you feel
way.
like there's a solution for everything.
Right. It's going to be okay, but sometimes the real
It's
mom life,
not.
you feel like it's not going to be okay. But it is. I mean, at the end of the day, it will be okay. But
yeah.
In the feeling.
But anywho, that's what you have to look forward to next week. Hopefully we can get all our technical shit out of the way.
We will. We will win the fight. This is the battle.
Si se puede. Did I say that?
Si se puede. Yes. You got it right. All right. So, Mama Juice. Where the bad moms and the good moms come for the juice. Bye, guys. We'll see you guys next time.